it's intelligent to think about where you want to go from your starting point of your vlog or your podcast or et cetera and so forth. So we're offering free consultations with Xavier or myself. And then he's charging just for a very limited time until the baby is born. From now until the time the baby is born. And my due date is February 15th, 2024. February 15th, 2024, which ironically is the 1-year date since we have been thrown outdoors and forced to literally be outside at night in a tent in urban Chicago. It's wild, you guys. Follow my personal blog, coco.chanel, chanelle.ysl, to keep up with my day-to-day, but it's really fucking crazy, like the shit that's been going on here. Now, with that being said, I left off saying that in that time, in the next month, we're offering free consultations for custom icons. And what that means is you can offer us a little tiny bit of information about your brand and about your likes and dislikes and interests and where, the direction you see yourself heading. And then Xavier or myself will create a custom either imposed piece or a double exposure piece or some sort of creative icon that you would then attribute to your business or your brand. If you do a lot of on-the-go vlogging or recording, this is something that you could easily set up in an airport, in your car even, and have near you. You can also print it smaller on business cards or postcards if you're doing meet and greets or if you're going into restaurants and you're ordering food, even if you're paying. If you want to get sponsored in the future, people need to know who you are. So if you could leave a 3x5 postcard size icon that people will know you by. What is Pepsi's, right? Pepsi has one. What is it? The circle with the red, the white, and the blue, right? What is Staples? It's this font, right? It's this font. What is Reigns? It's this mask. What is Nissan's? What is Toyota's? What is Mercedes? We recognize these brands based on one single icon, and it makes for saved space. You can post it wherever, and as I said, it can be printed on canvas of different sizes, different materials. Or 3x5 postcards, or even small size. If you're going in somewhere to record a vlog and you want to pay for your meal and then pass the register one, the cashier, one, your future, right? Well, wherever you're going to go, unless you're planning to retire your brand, which brands with longevity are successful brands, you can hit troubled waters and not give up on your brand. I have brought my brand from every niche that is imaginable, and I'm talking far left to far right, children's books and adult content, one end of the spectrum to the other, and you can do that and your brand can live on and people will recognize the name of your brand and the evolution of your brand. Now, if you want to start selling merchandise later on, if you have a food vlog and you want to set up your little icon at the airport when you're eating or at the restaurant when you're eating, if you want to leave your icon on different tables, you can use that with a combination of QR codes that lead directly to your social medias. This is free marketing. When people see you on your phone as an influencer or as a marketer or as a salesperson talking about a product, they get a little sense of excitement. Will I be in the background? How many followers do they have, right? A lot of people. So you want to associate that feeling of magic, of, limited availability of, even if it's the illusion of distance between what's going on around you and your brand. So your brand is always protected, and having an icon to do that with is definitely going to help you continue to grow. So we're offering those from now through my birthday, free 15-minute to 30-minute. They're 15-minute standard, but we push them to 30 sometimes, depending on how actively engaged the person is and how serious they are. If we feel as though the person is really in it to win it, we will push it to 30 minutes because it's worth it. If you find someone who's very passionate about what they're doing, and you know that what you have to offer is going to help them, you push a little further for them. So we're offering these free consultations from now through the time of the baby's birth. And then Xavier will create 3 custom icons. They'll all have a watermark. And then if you want to purchase one, it would be $50. So the consultation is free. The icon is $50. And as I said, you could use it anywhere. You could print it on business cards. You could print it on 3x5. You could print it on canvas that's 3 foot by 5 foot. You could print it on an 8 by 10. If you're someone who's doing podcast interviews and you're trying to incorporate a vlog portion where you're recording for YouTube as well as SoundCloud or whatever your, Apple Music or whatever platform you're hosting on, you can have this to bring with you. And it's a portable stage from anywhere. You set it up and now you're on a stage no matter where you are. It could be a hotel lobby, it could be a cafeteria. And so I think
an icon is not necessarily an avatar.
Right, no, an icon isn't an avatar. An icon is your trademark, your logo, a mix of words and, a picture. It is an identifying symbol that you can carry with your business throughout all of its stages of growth and development, and where you can be recognized with no words, which is a huge theme for GoPro Solo. I do all of these statement modelings and curations on topics that I hear about in the news or that friends share with me are causing them concern or that I personally firsthand have lived through, because sometimes no is the best way to explain. Visuals that evoke emotion. To me, that has always been. My grandma would, and I always tell people this story, my grandma Shirley would start crying when something would come on the TV. Oh my God. We would have a house full of people. You couldn't hear the words if you wanted. But the story being told with these visuals, the emotion being evoked from the visuals, it does something to people, So if you can pull emotion from a person and steer them in the direction of your product or service by doing so, they say a lot of times people forget the words you said, but they don't forget the feels that you left, the vibe that you left, the energy that you leave around them. And that's the goal with these icons. So if you guys are interested in that, please let us know. Also, we're interested in possibly collaborating. We are looking for a space right now, a virtual space or an app developer to help us. Something like an Evernote, but with more freedom and flexibility. Not so much like Zoom. We want to have transcripts of everything that we discuss and easy ways to pull out and highlight areas of the conversation that would help us go back and develop on those ideas. And then from there, hiring creatives and collaborating with creatives, whether that's photography, videography, or whether it's all remote, and ad copy and things of that nature. So that's where we're heading in 2024. For the first month and a half, the next month and a half rather, we're going to be offering this service. As I said, consultations. Xavier's still doing custom fine art, and we are still looking for realtors, landlords, people who maybe sell repair services to homes. So I also have experience, for anyone who knows me, doing roofing repair. What happened when I learned about this roofing repair business is that it also opened my eyes to insurance and what insurance and homeowners insurance is doing for homeowners. Many people don't know, but with the exception of a small deductible, you can get 100% cost of upkeep and repair of your home taken care of, especially if you're still on a mortgage. Most times, like a car payment, if you're making a car payment or a mortgage payment that is significant, they will force you to have pretty decent insurance that will cover things as they go wrong. This way, you're not neglecting your home. And then, those services can be subcontracted and you can be the person who puts all of that together, and you find your customer, and your customer is not coming out of pocket at all, but you're noticing and you are suggesting improvements that they can make to their homes. Anyone who really has access to the inside of a person's workspace or living space could be a salesperson for Xavier's Fine Art, or a spokesperson. Any influencer who reaches people could do the same. And it's different. As I said, what's going to dictate the price on those? Well, a lot of different things. Are we printing on leather? Right. Does it have a distressed cauterized edge? Right. What kinds of tools? What type of time?
Right. Is it for a restaurant space? Is it for an office?
What kind of space exactly? And we're putting forth a lot of effort into gathering the information and getting the agreement, completed on the visual. So once the visual is created, that's not it. From there we have to talk about and agree on a canvas or a workspace, a size. And as I said before, are we going to distress the edges? Are we going to frame this piece? What is your budget for framing? And realtors, I cannot stress this enough. You know, if you've been in the game for any number of years, if you have an empty property, especially if it's obscure or weird, or, you know, people just can't naturally place their families in it, staging the property is going to help. It's going to make all the difference. It's going to make the sale. If not, it's going to, at the very least, have a list of people who are interested in renting. A lot of people who are interested in renting, especially single family homes, are coming out of situations where they may or may not have access to furniture. So staging your properties that are for sale listing them for rent, it's gonna months or years the property stays on the market. Having fine art can definitely help. So the prices for the fine art sales are all different. It depends on the space. We have a few examples posted, but as I said, only after discussing with the business owner, the brand owner, or the person responsible for this for the space, and finding out what type of clients they're selling to, what the budget is for the clients that they're selling to, what the interests are for the clients that they're selling to, can we really make a determination as to price?
What kind of art do you need to transform
or what
your
kind of
space?
art? 100%. And what kind of transformation are you looking for? So with that being said, if you guys want to follow my personal blog, coco.chanel, CHANELLE.YSL, that would be fabulous. I also have a TikTok. None of my social very well organized, but that's 100% as a result of the oppression. I know what to do. I've done it lots of times. They just continue to hate. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it. When Heather looks or sounds too smart for them to dismiss, they don't like that. So I continue to push past those feelings and those animosities and that hatred, and I continue to show up every single day. 35 weeks pregnant, still in a tent, trying to decide what we're going to do for the next few days. Xavier's father is supposed to be helping us out with an apartment. I know that there are sponsors who 100% would have already put me in a house if there was not something nefarious going on. So we pray every single day for resolution, keep our heads up, and keep on going. If you guys are interested in setting up that free consultation for your custom icon for your business, please let me know. And as I said before, you might just be a vlogger right now or a podcast person. But what happens if you get a call from some, celebrity who you've loved your entire life, and they're considering you for a Q&A session? Now you have the opportunity to be on camera with this person. How do you make any space? How do you make yourself ready to say yes, no matter where you are, how much money you have in your pocket, right? You could very easily unroll an 8x10 rolled up canvas that we can create for you, and now you've turned whatever space you're sitting in into your space. DM me if you guys want more information on that. Anyways, please stay warm. It's really cold. I literally have like this much of my face exposed while I'm walking outside. It is so bad. If I didn't have to come to this place to go potty, I would just be laying there. Like, it is so cold, and you guys know I'm anemic. My fingertips are still freezing. So I will keep you guys updated. As I said, follow the personal blog if you want to know the day-to-day. Otherwise, this is the space that we mainly use for creative and for thinking and mapping out the next steps for GoPro Solo. Have a great day, you guys. Stay warm.